Hello and welcome back to Good Sport Reviews. My name is Lewis, and today I'm going to be going over a topic which has been dominating media, I suppose, at certain points throughout the season, especially in summer. Summer, it was all over the place, especially on deadline day. It is, of course, Mohamed Salah. Now, I did a video earlier in the season discussing whether Liverpool should keep or sell him, what I think the thought process should be, and I was very, very much saying Salah has to stay. Salah has to stay until he retires. There's no denying it. His style of play, the way he's adapted to the Premier League, everything, he has to stay. But I want to look at the flip side for a moment. I want to go over the prospect of Liverpool cashing in on Mohamed Salah for, say, 200 million now that Jurgen Klopp is leaving. And if you are new around here, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below, because it is going to be a bit of a controversial one. Given my thought on this, I just want to know what you guys think. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, if I'm anywhere in between, let me know. Now, as I said, I think Salah should be staying. I think at Liverpool, he's a legend. He's one of the greatest players in the history of the club. There's no denying that. He is just one of those players, generational talent, world class, one of the best players in the Premier League ever, the best right winger ever in the Premier League. Now, Jurgen Klopp has announced he's leaving. Jurgen Klopp said a few weeks ago, or a week and a bit ago even, I'm leaving at the end of the season. I'm tired. I'm out of energy. Is another manager going to be able to come in and get the best out of Mohamed Salah like Jurgen Klopp could? Probably not. No. Let's say, for example, our new manager comes in and they see Mohamed Salah, and it's happened to a lot of players in the past where the new manager comes in and says, right, I want you to do what you did under the previous regime, under the previous manager. I don't think it'll work. Salah can be class for anyone, but Jurgen Klopp makes him that extra bit above. He makes him world class because he knows how to base the play around Salah. He knows how to get the best out of him, and maybe a new manager would. But we're living in a financially restricted world at the moment and a financially restricted league. We've seen FFP crunch down on teams recently. Newcastle were recipients of it. Nottingham Forest and Everton are facing more point deductions because of it. City haven't been able to go out and splash the cash. Chelsea are restricted because of their business in the summer in the past few windows. Liverpool's ownership is financially quite restricted anyway. We don't splash the cash unless we earn the cash. A new manager coming in is going to want to set their ideas to what they want. They're going to want the team that they think they should have. They're the players who will best suit their system. Let's say if it's Alonso, who's to say he's not going to want to go get Hincapié because he's played for him? Who's to say that he's not going to want to go get Jeremy Frimpong? Who's to say he's not going to want to get Jonathan Tah? Players who have benefited from him, players who have benefited him, players who've made him a better manager, and a manager who's made those players better. Who's to say he's not going to want them in the Liverpool squad? But in a financially restricted climate, with, to our knowledge, very few players leaving in the summer. We've heard Van Dijk address the criticism, the recent allegations that he's leaving, saying he's committed. Doesn't guarantee a thing. Thiago looks like he could possibly be going at the end of his contract. Joel Matip's injured till the end of the season, so there's a bit of wage there if he does leave. But other than that, there's no one you look at and think, sold in summer, sold in summer. Everyone, we want to try and keep everyone. Mohamed Salah is one of the few players in that squad where it's still up in the air because the Saudi league still exists. Yes, they're facing trouble. Yes, they're facing struggles at the moment of players leaving the league. We've seen it a million. Henderson has already left. Benzema wants to leave. Kante wants to leave. Jota already left. So many players, and Laporte came out recently and was saying it's not all it's cracked out to be out here. Salah may not move to the Saudi league, but there's still the money and there's still the chance that he could. But is it not better for the club now to cash in on Salah for that 200 million if it's offered, to give it to the next manager and say, rebuild in the image that you want? Because while I do agree Salah should be staying, and I do think he should still be at the club till the day he retires, I think he deserves that right. He deserves a statue, deserves everything, similar to Jurgen Klopp, similar to Van Dijk, similar to Alisson. Is it not better to give the new manager the financial power he needs to get us started in the right direction. If it's Alonso, he's already going to have 1 foot ahead of whoever comes in because of his love and reputation with the fans. He's adored. We all love Xavi Alonso. Way before he was a manager, he was one of our best players in the Premier League era. It was fantastic. Giving him the money to get further forward, to allow him to bring in the players that he wants that's going to benefit his system, is that not better for him? Because it gives him the ability to do what he wants, to implement his blueprint on the club. And we don't want to be a financially restricted club. We saw what selling Felipe Coutinho did for the club. We were able to reinvest that money elsewhere on the pitch. Van Dijk came in, Alisson, Naby Keita. We were able to financially reinvent the club because we had the money to do so. Any manager who comes in is going to feel the pinch because we spent a lot in summer. People like to say we didn't. Szoboszlai was around 60 million, McAllister was about 35, Endo was around 20, Gravenberch was around 25. And we didn't recoup that. Henderson left for cheap, Fabinho left for cheap, Milner, Firmino, Ox, Keita, all on free. Yes, we saved on the wages, but it's not a huge amount. The new manager coming in, whether it's Alonso, whether it's De Zerbi, whether it's Thomas Frank, whoever it is, needs the financial firepower to be able to continue to compete with Man City, with Arsenal, with possibly Chelsea soon, with possibly Tottenham soon. Selling Salah, while I don't want it to happen, and I do think it's the wrong decision, could benefit the next manager. There's a talented crop of players there. Trent is still going to be there. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez, Andrew Robertson, Connor Bradley, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate. But Mohamed Salah is the one player who we're looking at and thinking you could still go because who knows what money is going to come in for you. And it might make sense for the next person to come in the door, get them a bit of a head start, and just give them the chance to reinvest that money because we've seen what FSG can be like at points. And I'm not a big FSG fan, but I'm not a big FSG out. I think they've done a good job. But we know that whoever comes in, they're probably not going to say, here's a war chest, go for it, because of FFP restrictions. Now that the league is clamping down, they're less likely to let go of that anaconda grasp on their wallets. It's not going to happen. So we need to spend money. The only way to spend money is to sell players. £200 million for Salah would help whoever's next. And I don't want to see it happen. I definitely do not want to see that happen. But I can see why people would consider it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Salah should stay, or does it make sense to sell him for the next regime who come in to be able to implement their plan on the club going forward? And if you are new around here, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know your guys' thoughts, as I've already mentioned. It's a bit of a tricky time at the moment because we're not used to the spotlight being on Liverpool. Klopp leaving, players potentially leaving, interviews which are bringing certain players into the limelight a bit more, like we said, Van Dijk, Salah. There's an uncertainty for the first time in 8 years around the club since the days of Brendan Rodgers leaving. And it's a scary time. And I know all this talk of the documentary coming out has sort of put a dampener on bits because some people are saying they want to see it, some are saying they don't. I'm personally looking forward to it, and I am excited to see what happens with it because I want to see what goes on behind the scenes. And yeah, very curious about it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I just wanted to get something out because I've got the time today, and I really, really do appreciate the support. Also, thank you to everyone who's been watching the LFC Transfer Room. We just hit 10,000 subscribers, which is huge. Please go check out the channel, keep subscribing, keep showing support, and I will see you all in the next video.